welcome to the 2022 Leeds Rhinos Annual Award, sponsored by Carlsberg Marston Brewing Company. Great to have you with us watching this. Tonight we're going to find out who's the top Rhino, who's the Player of the Year, 1, 2 and 3. We'll find out who's the shooting star, as always sponsored by our fantastic partner, Yorkshire Evening Post, and we'll find out who's the Leeds Rhinos Women's Player of the Year and what a year they had. And we'll hear from Lois Fussell all about their fantastic season. So without further ado, let's get straight into the awards. So our first award this evening is the Leeds Rhinos Women's Player of the Year. But before we get into that, we just want to touch on what a fantastic year Lois Fussell, our head coach, and so much more at the club. She does so much for us. What an amazing year. Just let's reflect on that first. You must be very proud of what 2022 brought.
Yeah, amazing finish to the year. I think we had our ups and downs along the way. Really proud of the girls though, on the journey that we went on. Obviously we got to that Challenge Cup final, Ellen Road, and we came up just short, but I said at the time, and you know, looking back now, that were a massive part of our journey and a big piece of the puzzle to get to the end and win the grand final. So yeah, it were a great year, and one that I think everyone will look back on really fondly. And yeah, it wasn't always where we wanted to be at times, but we got there come the end, and that's all that matters, is that we lifted that silverware come the end of the year.
It was fantastic, and we're immensely proud of our women's team. And behind the scenes, I know there's been some changes in the coaching setup, and some people have moved on the playing and coaching side. But first of all, the coaching side, David and Anthony Gibbons, the twins, they're moving on at the end of the year. They've played a big part of, of your team. Yeah,
massive. Look, they've played a bigger part than probably what I have. They were there as coaches before I even started coaching or thinking about coaching or lucky enough to do that. So as a player, they were there and coached me as a player. They were there then as my assistant coaches when I stepped into the role of head coach, and absolutely gutted. And they'd sent me a text and I thought, I know it's coming. But yeah, they're moving on this year. They've given a lot to rugby. Obviously they've played for the club when they played as players. They've played semi-professional on the back of that. Then they came in and coached here with us. They've been here 4 years now, and it's time for them to have a little bit of time and look what the next adventure looks. So we'll miss them. You don't get much better, and I know the girls are absolutely gutted when they let them know the other week. I'm gutted, the club are gutted, but we're incredibly proud and grateful for how much they've given to the club, and how much they've paved the way in the women's game as the assistant coaches from the first time we started the team.
Good stuff, and two top boys, and they go with our best wishes. They're always welcome here, and we will still see them knocking about, I'm sure. And Courtney, your captain, she obviously moves on. She leaves a big hole. She's been fantastic for us, hasn't she?
Yeah, Courtney again came in 2018. She missed the first game against Bradford Bulls, but been ever present since then. You'll never replace someone like Courtney or Ant and Dave, because that's just not something you could ever do. They're one of a kind, and Courtney has been absolutely class. Stepped into the captain's role, which she did with absolute ease, and she's been absolutely fantastic ever since. A woman of steel, getting an England call up this year. The girls will miss her, the staff will miss her, the club will miss her. She's going to leave a massive gap, but we're proud that we've witnessed everything that she's given to the club, everything she's given to the game, and we're the lucky benefactors. So we wish her all the best, and we won't keep her away for too long. She'll be back and she'll be doing some bits for the girls.
Good stuff. Well, let's hope so. And the award, I mean, difficult choice because we had such a good year, but it's all on your toes. How do you come up with the Player of the Year when you've got so many to choose from?
It was really difficult, and I think there are so many to choose from, and the girls were brilliant as a team, and it was a massive team effort, and there's so many people who did some real selfless acts and improved throughout the year, and they're so much better than what they were last year. But when myself, Ant and Dave sat down and I just went, right, I think there's one name that we'll all get, and if we were to put it out on the table now, if we all have the same name, then we'll go with it, and we did. And this player has been absolutely outstanding. In the big games, she was the difference, and again, when we speak about team side before self, she did some things for the team that I asked her to do, and I knew she'd do them, but she didn't have to, and she didn't have to do them with the class that she did. So our coach's Player of the Year for Leeds Rhinos Women in 2022 was Caitlin Beavers.
Congratulations, Caitlin Beavers, well deserved.
Bennett again, Winfield Hill, this is dangerous. Winfield Hill, shot ball, Beavers, Caitlin Beavers owns the scoring for the Leeds Rhinos. Referee Michael Smale in no doubt whatsoever, it was a lovely cushioned short ball. And Caitlin Beavers owns the scoring for the Leeds Rhinos, it has to be said as well.
And now let's look at the Leeds Building Society Try of the Year.
They've got options. They have got options. And Lenski's given them a better option. They won't need it. They're not going to need it because Caesar's going to get the try. Caesar's going to win this one. Hail Caesar, say the Leeds supporters.
And there were some fantastic tries there, weren't there? Some really classic moments that make everybody smile when you look back at them, and you'll all have your specific favourite. But the clear winner, and it was not only a fabulous try, it was the magnitude of the game and the drama that surrounded it. To execute that try at that time in the season, where it was season defining, certainly, the winner is Aidan Caesar against Castleford Tigers.
They've got options. They have got options. And Lenski's given them a better option. They won't need it. They're not going to need it because Caesar's going to get the try. Caesar's going to win this one. Hail Caesar, say the Leeds supporters.
So now let's go to the Yorkshire Evening Post shooting star. We're very fortunate at the club. We have fantastic rugby league correspondent Peter Scoop Smith, who looks after all our needs from a reporting point of view in the Yorkshire Evening Post. Does a brilliant job. Great coverage, Peter. First of all, before we get into who's won the shooting star, 2022. What a year it turned out to be. At times you were writing some very different headlines, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for the kind words, Rob. Yeah, I mean, they say it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but I mean, this was a classic example, wasn't it? And for the first few months of the season, we're talking about relegation, and then 80 minutes away from winning the whole thing, a remarkable turnaround. I think for a lot of the season, Leeds were fun to watch again, which I think that's a big thing about Leeds. You want Leeds to win, obviously, but there's an expectation that they're going to be a good team to watch. And I think when Rowan came in, that came to fruition again. Obviously, results turned round from a low ebb. I never felt it was a poor team. Some people were saying, well, this is a poor Leeds side. I never felt it was a poor team. I thought it was a good team who were playing poorly. And when, for whatever reason, when the change of coach came in, they became, what I think was a good team playing well. And the second form for the second half of the season was really encouraging for the future. It was good to watch, and it was effective. The number of late winners we saw, I always think that's a sign of a good team, and there were a lot of them, and that to me showed that this was a good team.
You talk about exciting times. It was bouncing here. If you cast your mind back, there were some memorable nights here, wasn't there? The Huddersfield late victory, but Castleford, that last game of the season, that Saturday afternoon, that was dramatic to say the least, wasn't it?
Well, 8 minutes away, I think, from the season ending. The noise when I think it was Aidan Caesar scored the winning try was incredible, but that happened a few times, like in the Huddersfield game, the last gasp try in that, the noise was fantastic from the South Stand. I remember people saying, oh, when we have the two-tier South Stand, you won't get the same atmosphere, but I think that it's been replicated. I think it was as loud and as vibrant as anything I've heard for a long time. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm crying too much to the fans here, but I thought the fans were, from start to finish, were fantastic because it was a poor start. There were some high expectations going into the season, and things didn't go well for the first 2 or 3 months. But the way the fans stood behind the team, I thought was excellent, and certainly got the reward with a trip to Old Trafford, albeit not the big prize that we wanted, but it's certainly a step back in the right direction.
Without doubt, and the person who played a huge part in that run to Old Trafford, and in many people's eyes a surprise at where he was playing latterly in the season. The shooting star, before we mention who he was, he was unbelievably good for us, wasn't he?
Incredible, a real breakthrough season for somebody who probably when he came to the club wasn't really expected to be a star name. At the start of the season wasn't expected to be playing every week. I think he was ever present from April onwards, and the level of his performances were incredible, particularly in a position that he's still learning.
And one of the fittest players on the roster for sure as well, and his performances showed that. Peter, the 2022 Yorkshire Evening Post shooting star is?
It's Jared O'Connor.
And well deserved. Jared O'Connor, brilliant Jared.
That's the 5th tackle. Jared O'Connor! Jared O'Connor! Lightning! Jared O'Connor with the try!
Congratulations, Jared. 2022 Yorkshire Evening Post shooting star. You must be really proud.
Yeah, really proud moment. Obviously, loads of people who've won this award have gone on to do big things at this club, and that's something that I'm hoping I can do in the years coming.
And Jared, did you ever think you'd end up in a grand final appearance playing at Hooker?
No, at the start of the year, I didn't even think I'd be having any games at Hooker. But then obviously as the year gone on, Rowan showed a lot of faith in me and realised that I could play another position. And for me, I think it ended up working out quite well. I had a few decent performances, managed to build on it, and then I didn't think I'd be starting in it, so that's just a dream come true.
And a word about Rowan, he showed immense faith in you right from minute one. He talked so highly about you. He's had a big impact on you, I know.
Yeah, just all the little detail he's brought to my game. He's been sending me clips, just little bits I can do better, and obviously playing me every week, that's helped me improve and going forward. Hopefully he continues doing that this year and I can repay him.
And you're one of the fittest players we've got. How's pre-season for 2023 shaping up?
Yeah, well, there's in pre-season, no one's fit at the start of it, but no, it's going well. I think everyone's pushing. All the new lads have come in and got along with everyone really well. Obviously been really tough, but we're getting through it, and we just can't wait to play.
Great stuff. Well, it's well deserved. We think a lot about you here. I know the fans, you're a true cult hero amongst the fans, Jazz. You really are. And we wish you well for 2023 and every well done for 2022. You've been brilliant, Bob. Brilliant.
Thank you.
And Peter, if you can pass Jared the award.
Thank you.
Cheers. So now let's find out who's won the Leeds Rhinos 2022 Player of the Year. And I'm joined by our fantastic head coach, Rowan Smith. Rowan, what a roller coaster of a year for us fans. For you, it was quite plain sailing, really. You've been here 224 days and just made it look quite comfortable and coasted to a grand final, eh?
Yeah, I don't know about comfortable or plain sailing, but it was a great journey, a terrific group of people, and what a club, you know. So it was just great to be part of that second half of the season, and be able to walk out on Old Trafford is something that, you know, this time last year I definitely couldn't have imagined. I have thought about it, you know, in the future, but I just didn't think it'd be so soon. So yeah, very fortunate to be here. And
Leeds, you feel nice and settled. It feels like you've been here ages. I don't know how you feel about it, but it just feels that you've always been here for a long, long time. We're just talking then at 224 days. It feels like you've been here a few years.
Yeah, it feels sort of comfortable and familiar, having been here a bit as a teenager. And then at Bradford and London, I passed through Leeds a few times as well. So it feels very familiar. I've still got a lot to learn about the city and the club, but I feel like I've got a good grasp of what we need to do on the field, and pre-season's been great. So I know this is a reflection on last year, but it's also, you know, very much looking forward to what's ahead as well.
Of course it is. And when you arrived, how quickly was it before you thought, hey, we're onto something here? There is like a, you know, whilst the league position wasn't great, you thought, hey, we can really, really challenge here.
Yeah, that's a really hard one. I so caught in the moment of day to day and trying to get to know people, get to know how the team works, how the club works. Really focused on 1 week at a time. It's a coaching cliche, but it was just that's the way it was. There was a few moments I thought turned or made me think, hey, we might be onto something here. And one of them was when we were in Toulouse, and it was 38 degrees at kickoff, and we had a very young team. And we didn't get the result that day. We didn't quite play well enough. We were coming home to get them, but we just didn't quite get there. But I actually gained a lot of respect and trust of the players. Like, I believed in them even more after that day, handling that kind of oppressive heat, the extraordinary length of travel to get to somewhere that's 2 hours away. It took half a day. So I got a lot of confidence out of that. And then coming home to Wigan after that, and that performance, I thought, it's not over yet this season, but then we were just on to the next week and 1 week at a time, and literally, it took that last 8 minutes against Cass to get the job done and get that opportunity in the playoffs. And then once we got there, I felt like we're on here. We're not just making up the numbers, and didn't quite get there, but very proud of the efforts to get there.
Great, and some standout performances. So let's deal with the third place player of the year. Who is it, and what did he bring this year?
Yeah, tough one picking, because I only saw sort of 2/3 of the season, I guess. But standout guy on video, and then in my time here, was a kid that I've known for a long time. He was a 17-year-old when he joined the Roosters, and I was there. And Rhys Martin had a phenomenal sort of back end of the season, and he was a bit unfortunate with some things that counted against him. Didn't do a lot wrong. Missed a couple of big games, but his contribution to the squad during those times showed what a man he was. He missed out on a couple of playoff games, but he was totally amongst the squad and contributing as best he could. And he, that's not to mention his goal kicking. What a phenomenal achievement, and that record rolls on into the next Super League season. So very proud to announce Rhys Martin.
Good stuff. Rhys Martin.
Leeds looking to extend their lead. O'Connor gets the ball to Martin. Martin with the try. They have extended their lead. And Leeds can take it. They can dish it out as well. Rhys Martin.
So Rhys, congratulations. Third place in the Player of the Year. You must be really proud. What a great year you had.
Yeah, I think reflecting back on the year was an exciting time. I think at the start of the year we weren't too sure with how things are going to pan out, but we as a group we all stuck together, and to be third in this is a great honour. But I'm just happy with how the team went through it to end the season with in a grand final is very special, and it just gives us that positive vibe going into this season, and hopefully we can go one better. But it was a great year. It was really enjoyable since Rowan come in, and I was enjoying my footy, and just trying to do what's best for the team every week, and I was just really happy for the remainder since you come in, and it was good to get that vibe back in my game. So very happy.
Good stuff. And your goal kicking, Rowan touched on it, absolutely sensational. The greatest ever goal kicker we have ever had in our history. Kevin Sinfield says that. You have been brilliant goal kicker. How do you approach that, and what you're looking forward to next year as the record rolls on?
Yeah, well, I missed the record to win it, but Rowan reminded me that I still got the Super League one to keep ticking over. But I just try and not to think about that personally, but it's a good personal achievement. But if we're getting 2 points, 6 points, I mean, every time we score a try, that's what matters most. And if I can get those personal things, it's great. But I've just hit a bit of a purple patch there, and I think I started the year a bit rusty, but you just got to work hard, and that confidence has to be there, and helps when we're scoring under the post too. So it comes and it goes, but I think if you stick true in what you practice, it'll come good in the end.
Brilliant. Rhys Martin is a seasoned professional. He's an experienced senior member of the squad, and we've had a lot of overseas players here, looking back in our 130-year history, but not many as nice as this guy. Rhys Martin is a top bloke. We're chuffed to bits that he's here at Leeds, and we wish him well for 2023 and well done in 2022. Ladies and gents, Rhys Martin. And in second place, the runner-up in the Leeds 2022 Player of the Year is?
It's Ash Hanley, who had a cracking back end of the year. And, even before I got here, I was really excited to be coaching Ash, the way he goes about playing his game. And then getting to know him and how much the club means to him. His leadership among the group was terrific during a turbulent back end of the year. It was, with suspensions and injuries and bits and bobs and chasing results. But Ash really held the group together well, and he just puts his body on the line. Not to mention his great finishing skills. So yeah, very very grateful to be here and to be coaching Ash.
Ladies and gents, your runner-up in Leeds 2022 Leeds Rhinos Player of the Year is Ash Hanley.
Definitely going Leeds' way in this first half. The little things. Here's Jack Walker. Hanley cuts back infield. Hanley cuts back infield. And Hanley will go for the post. And Ash Hanley, second of the night. Hanley carving his way through that Wakefield defence.
Ash, runner-up in the Player of the Year. Well done on a brilliant 2022.
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Honoured to receive runner-up this year. Really enjoyed the year, actually. A rough start for many different reasons, but this man here steadied the ship, sort of let us off, took the shackles off us a little bit and let us play with freedom. And it's a bumpy road at Leeds, but we're going like that now, and looking forward to next year already.
And Leeds through and through. This is your club, isn't it?
Yep, I've been here now since 2014, so next year will be 9th season, yeah. But yeah, I love it. Obviously, Leeds lad, I've grown up in Leeds, and I used to watch the boys in the South Stand, JP, Kev, Magsy and all them boys. They were sort of the role models for me when I was growing up, so it means a great deal to be at this great club, and it'd mean the absolute world to me if we can get back up there and be winning some trophies.
For sure, and we will be, won't we? And 2023, just look a little bit ahead to that. Pre-season going well, you're looking in shape?
Yeah, I'm in incredible shape at the minute.
You told me that. You did tell me that. He's won every fitness challenge, he's told me.
Literally every single one.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Cruz nearly beat him, but he didn't beat him.
No, I am actually really looking forward to next year. Actually, to be serious, a lot of the boys are in really good nick. Everyone's coming in good shape, and everyone's testing each other competitive throughout the group. We've got quite a young group as well, so I think that keeps people on their toes. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Just raring to get going now. Can't wait for Boxing Day.
Great stuff, yeah. And you're seen as, you touch on it, that we've got a young group. You're seen as a more senior person in it. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel old?
It does make me feel old, yeah. I've been around a long time, but I'm still only 26, so I'm still a young lad, really. A lot of the boys have passed on now, so I look around the change rooms, there's not many people left, but I'm still enjoying it. Still love being around the boys, and looking forward to next year, mate.
Brilliant. He's a star man, isn't he? One of the greatest wingers in Super League. We wish him well in 2023. What a great 2022. Ash, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
So now to the winner, the big winner of the night, the 2022 Leeds Rhinos Player of the Year. Who is it, Ro?
It's Mikolaj Aledzki. Man, what a guy! What a guy! Mikolaj carried the can a little bit for us at times with the amount of suspensions that we had and some injuries. He was really the driving force in our middle unit for most of the season, but certainly from the time I arrived all the way through, he was the mainstay in the pack. He was playing huge minutes, throwing his body around everywhere. Great motor. Great bloke to have around the group. Smiling, happy dude. And then his commitment at the back end of the season when he'd seriously hurt his shoulder, but he found a way to get back out on the pitch there to play those big games at the back end in the playoffs, because he wanted to do his part for the team. So tremendous season and very brave at the end, which typifies him as a man. He always puts the club first. So very proud.
Your winner of the Player of the Year, deservedly so, is Mikolaj Alečky. Mick.
There as well. It's on the last. This time it's a little dink kick through the middle. Oh, the ball is loose and it's picked up, and it's Alečky. Alečky has picked up the pieces and has got the try. And talk about an opportunist try there.
Congratulations, mate. As Rowan said, really, really well deserved. A fan favourite, a top bloke, and a brilliant rugby player. And we're delighted that you're a Leeds Rhinos rugby player. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm glad you said top bloke. That's probably the main compliment I wanted. But yeah, look, especially after last year, I was talking to one of the guys there, and probably the year that we've had, all 30 odd blokes, and I say 30 odd, nearly 40, because we had academy lads train with us and scholarship lads train with us, and without them probably the sessions we couldn't get, our sessions what we could. So look, all 30 odd blokes probably deserve to be here, because what they put in, what they sacrificed last year to turn our season around. And Rowan's come in, Jonesy took over after Rich, and the guys bought into everything that got thrown at us, and we all wanted to finish the season. We had one goal, and that was to get as far as possible, and we didn't really say the words grand final just yet, but we wanted to make the playoffs and go against all odds. Some of the stuff that people were saying about us as a team, I'm probably going to keep it to myself and to us, but these kind of things kind of built us as a team and got us together. And like I said, it's great to be, and I'm really grateful, to be here with Ash and Reese. But there's so many guys that deserve to be here just for what they've done for the club for the last year or so.
Brilliant. And Rowan touched on your bravery and your commitment to the club. You lead through and through, you really are. I remember at Wigan away in the playoffs afterwards, you were green with adrenaline and pain because you'd hurt your arm, and it was a tough old night, and you'd properly put your body on the line. How is that? How do you enter knowing that your body's not quite right, and then to play at that level? Takes some doing, mate. Really did.
Rob, you're going on about it as if I play with one arm. I've lads played with bruises all season. Ash came back after a big injury. He pushed himself, to be there for the team, and it was frustrating for me personally because I played all season. I scraped through the full season without any injuries, major injuries, and to get to the Catalan game, which was 2 games to go, and to get a knock, it was just frustrating, really, more than anything. I was kind of angry with myself because I went through all season, and it gets to the good games that you want to enjoy, and I'm going into them, stressing out if my arm's still going to be there when I finish playing. But look, yeah, I even though the last few games were not physically pleasant, I absolutely loved them. Like I said, I loved them because I knew I had 16 blokes on the field and another 10, 15 blokes off the field that were supporting us, and I knew if I messed up, I'd have the bloke to the right of me or to the left of me would clean up for me. So I probably wasn't anxious about playing with half a shoulder. I was just more excited and of what it could have been, at the end of the year. So yeah, that's probably what I have to say.
No, great answer. And the award. So you're only the 3rd player in our history that's gone back to back with this award. So Yestin Harris did it, Jamie Peacock did it in 2013 and 2014, and then you won it last year and obviously won it this year. So back to back, that is some achievement.
Yeah, like I said, Rob, it's I've been enjoying my rugby last 2 years, so maybe kind of it all correlates to me playing all right. But yeah, look, I've had really good 2 years. The team has changed massively. We've had players leave, unfortunately, some great blokes, but we've also gained some good guys, some great guys, some great players, and you know, the lads that have left, they've left at a better place, and the guys that come, you know, made it a good, very good environment to be in, and a great environment, and that's the reason why I've been enjoying my rugby so much, and you know, I've been playing with a smile on my face, and Rowan's a big part of that as well this year. You know, of me, you know, getting back to play with a smile on my face and really enjoying my rugby, and you know, this has been frustrating too, but you know, my shoulder, but I'm so excited to be back. You know, seeing guys train. I sometimes watch out at home, what they're up to. Some sessions look a bit tough, so I'm like, oh, maybe not ready yet to come back. But no, but you know, the training looks good. It's great to see that Rowan's mixing it up. It's not the same stuff. We're doing new things, so really excited to be back, and yeah, excited to see everyone run out on Boxing Day, especially in this weather.
You'll be with me having a bacon sandwich. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
I'm not allowed them.
And just the final word, just about, you know, Headingley Stadium, gone through like the beautiful redevelopment that we've got. You know, to run out there and our fans, you're a crowd favourite and everyone loves you. They really, really do. But like to run out here at Headingley, don't they make a difference? Our fans have been brilliant. You know, we're talking about we had a bit of success this last year and they were brilliant, but they've been brilliant through adversity for the past few years, haven't they? So it does make a difference, and they are the best fans in the world, aren't they?
100%, and that's my fault for not, you know, not mentioning our fans in my previous stuff. It's massive. They're massive for us. You know, we were struggling to start the season, and we were struggling. You know, we were gutted how we started, but the fans just kept turning up. And you know, there were some Friday nights where we'd run out, and we you know, we'd be surprised ourselves at how great. We shouldn't be, because we've got best fans in the world, but you know, when we run out and there's, you know, still 12, 13, 14,000 there, you know, and we weren't in the greater forms, so we owe them a massive thank you for supporting us through the hard times, but also turning out in numbers back in season. You know, there were some memorable games that we were involved in, and as a team, we were happy we could kind of experience them games with our fans, because they make the sport, they make the games what they are. Without them, you know, we experience what it's like without them, and I think I'm talking for all of the players. They were absolutely awful playing in empty stadiums, and you could hear everyone talking all sorts of rubbish to each other. So it's great to have fans there. There's less of that talking to each other. But yeah, look, a massive thank you, and I hope you all have a great Christmas, and yeah, can't wait to see you all back at Headingley on Boxing Day and in the 2023 season.
Great stuff. A worthy winner, a great ambassador for the game, a great ambassador for Leeds Rhinos, and a top bloke. Ladies and gents, your 2022 Rhinos Player of the Year, the brilliant Mikolaj Aledski.